Hello, this is Mrs. Chrisman, and today I am going to show you something so cool that's in Microsoft Word. They are called templates. And when you go into Microsoft Word, you'll just open a blank Word document. If you go to File, and then you go to New, you may have seen these before. There are tons and tons and tons of documents in here that are already created for you. You can search, you can click on any of these categories, and it saves you a ton of work. Let me show you this one, MLA report. Don't get mad at me. I put you through all the trouble of learning how to set up an MLA report, but look, if you just double click here, it's right there in perfect format for you. And you are welcome to use this template, but it's really good that you learned how to format it yourself as well. But today what I want you to focus on is not an MLA report, but a business letter. So I'm going to say File, New, and I'm going to search. I want you to do the specific search, Teacher Thank You Letter. And when you search that, this pops up. You can click Create, or you can double click it and it'll open up. And this is a business letter. And you may have written letters in the past. You probably weren't aware that there's a lot of very specific formatting like the MLA report. For instance, your margins should be a certain amount. These extra enters in between paragraphs. You'll notice this blank space here and here and here is bigger than here and here. So there's a lot of different line spacing going on. You'll notice that the paragraphs don't have big spaces in between each line like MLA reports. They're squished together. They're single spaced in those paragraphs. So there's a lot going on here on a business letter. And with the template, it's already typed up for you. So today you're going to do that search, and you'll bring up this template, and you're going to format a letter to your favorite teacher. I hope it's me. It could be somebody in middle school. It could be somebody in elementary school, whatever you want it to be. Now, this letter is written as if it's from your parents. So you're going to put their name here, Windows user. So I'll pretend I'm doing a letter about my son. So I'll put Mr. and Mrs. J. Chrisman. You could do that if it's from both parents, or I could just do, hey, it's just for me, Melissa Chrisman, whatever you want. Then you put your street address. I'll put 1 Main Street. No, that's not my address. I don't want you coming and toilet papering my house. And I'll say Ashburn, VA, 20148. And then you put the date. And look, it lets me click this drop down arrow. I can pick the date. Look at that. It does it for me. Then the teacher's name, I'm going to put Mr. Hackett, my son's teacher this year. And he is in grade 4, room 21. And if you don't know this information, you could just completely take it out. Watch this. I'm just going to completely take it out. You could do that too. You can customize these. The school name, Newton Lee Elementary. If you don't know the street address and then city, state, and zip code, do a Google search and find it. So just so you know, address is you have the house number or the building number and then the street name on one line. And then the next line you have city, state, zip code. So you should have the same thing here. And then you just fill in the blanks as you go through. Principal's name, again, if it's here, it's Miss Clark. If it's one of the other schools, you can look on their website to see their name if you don't remember what it is. You fill in these blanks and read the sentences as you go to make sure they make sense. You may decide, you know what, this paragraph, I don't like it. I'm going to delete that. And I'm going to say instead, we hope to see you soon, or something like that. You can customize it any way you want to, okay? So after you're done doing your letter, and here's where it gets crazy cool. Let me fill this out just so it works. I'll show you. I'm going to say 200 Gloucester Road. I don't know if that's actually it. I'm just making it up as I go just so you can see. Ashburn, Virginia 20147. That's another Ashburn area code. Now, check this out. I'm going to highlight this, okay? And then I'm going to go into mailings and envelopes. Watch what happens when I click this. A dialog box comes up and it asks me for the delivery address. It automatically puts in that information. That's why we highlighted it, because you want that to go there. Then the return address is me, Melissa Chrisman, and my fake address, Main Street, Ashburn. So you have to type this in there, 20148. Whoops. Okay, now this is where it gets cool. So if you say add to document, and it will ask you, do you want to save this return address as the default? Well, if you're at home, you might want to. You can say yes or no. It really doesn't matter. I'll just say no. Ah! Look, here's my letter, but look what it did. It put an envelope above it. So all I have to do is stick a blank envelope into my printer when I print this letter, and it will print this on my envelope. It will print my letter. I fold up my letter. I sign my name with, you're supposed to use black pen typically on a business letter, but under sincerely, I would sign Melissa Chrisman, fold it up, stick it in the envelope, put my stamp right here, and then put it in the mail. Isn't that cool? And what's even neater, like let's say you go to Hallmark and you get your best friend a birthday card and you want to decorate the envelope online. Well, guess what? You can do that on here. You could just add an envelope to a Word document and you can decorate it, because you could change all this. You can say, happy birthday, whoop whoop. And then you could change the font and all of that. You can play around with it. You can make it bigger. See the different sizes here, shading. And you could add pictures and all that kind of a thing. So I'm going to click undo, 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 and get that back. So you could do really neat things. If you think this is too small, you can make it a little bit bigger. Same with all of this. So even on your professional business letter envelope, you can change the font size and style. If you'd like something different, it should still be professional looking. Let's see. You can select Georgia. That looks kind of cool. So that is just such a really neat feature in Microsoft Word. And the last thing I'll point out before you get started, there's one other thing in mailings that I use all the time. Labels. I send out tons of Christmas cards every year, and it's a lot of work to write down all those addresses on all those envelopes. Using this labels feature, I can buy blank stickers at Walgreens or Walmart, and sometimes even at the grocery store they have them, these blank stickers called labels. You stick them in your printer and they print all the addresses on there for you. So that's another really cool thing in Microsoft Word. So now what you'll do is you will create your very own letter to your favorite teacher. I want you to add an envelope to it and have fun.